Okay, he's Mega here. It's a Sunday in January 2018, and I'm gonna do some more work on the Black Widow Galant VR4. So I've been kind of lazing around the house all day, but I decided to get up and do something. It's my day off. Might as well do something productive. So there's all these stupid seeds coming from this tree here. I guess it popped out of these little round thingamajiggers here. They're like spores or something, and it just pissed it all over my car, man. What the hell, dude? It's not leaves, it's these stupid spores. I just drove the car last night too, so I know it didn't look like this last night. It was just like raining freaking spores and seeds. So anyway, the work I'll be doing today is inside the car. And what I'm going to be installing is, hopefully installing, or at least get on it, is this little dumber here. So I picked this up from somebody at GalantVR4.org, and alright, so yeah, I need to get to the back of the car, so I have to get in my air tank and blow off all those seeds. The one thing I don't like about the Galant VR4 is when you open the trunk, anything that's on the trunk, it falls out into the trunk. See? So if those spores were on there, it would have just, well, maybe it would have got caught in here, but if it's like leaves, they get in there, so I don't normally like that. So yeah, what I really need here, so these are all tools I put in here so I could actually use this thing. Oh, here, I need this little bag here. What I need here is this. Some Scotch fastener, reclosable fasteners. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fasten something with some Velcro. And I would probably need, yeah, I have to use that air tank to blow that crap off. But anyway, I'll show you what I'm working with here today. Alright, so I'll be working in the car so I could stay nice and warm because it's cold. It's cold outside. So here, this is what I'm working with today. This little gauge pod dealie. So I had thrown up the idea of installing a pillar pod, and I didn't want to go with it. I wanted something more stealthy, and I think right here is the best thing. The Eclipse has something nice where, like, it's made by Autometer. It puts the pods right here and right here. Well, I don't think that would work here anyway. So actually, I've seen one where they put it on top, and I think that would work. It would kind of block the main gauges a little bit, but not much. But anyway, I picked this up on GalantVR4.org, the forum. Somebody there, they used to sell these a lot when, I guess when back in the days, but I was able to snatch one up. I put a want to buy ad up, and somebody had one, so cool deal. GalantVR4. It's you can tell it's some homemade stuff. Kind of, you know, a mom and pop dealie. It's made out of carbon fiber, very nice, good stuff. And I must have got it for about $100. I think maybe like 120. So it's a lot more expensive than the pillar pod, but I didn't want a pillar pod. And I think this is better. This is a little closer to gauge. So my big gripe about where the gauges are in the Galant VR4 that the previous owner installed, they're down there below the stereo. It's useless down there. What good does it do to have those down there? Now, if it wasn't something that I have to monitor, you know, like, I'm one of those people, like, yeah, I like to watch the boost rise. Okay? I like to watch the boost rise, and I like to watch, you know, the vacuum dance around and everything. You can actually tell a lot what your car is doing by looking at a vacuum gauge, or in this case, it's a boost gauge. But this is actually a combined vacuum gauge and a boost gauge. So it sweeps to the left for vacuum, and then when you get positive pressure, it starts sweeping clockwise. So, and this one, and they have some of different scales. This one only goes up to 20. I had one that went up to like 30 or something. I don't think I'm going to be pushing 30 pounds of boost on this car. But I like this gauge. It's okay. But right here, it's useless. Like, right, I have to actually take my eyes off of the road, right? Because if you're looking at the gauges, you're not looking ahead of you, right? But But my gripe about putting gauges like down here is that they're useless. You can't use them. Like by the time my head's down there, I'm distracted, and it's hard for me to read it from there. It's a really small gauge. So I want it somewhere that's closer and easier to read, and all I have to do is move my eyeball, And the same thing for the air-fuel ratio gauge. But I think what I might end up doing is I'm gonna leave this here. It's hooked up to the ECU somewhere. I don't really know where the previous owner hooked it up to, but it's already there. I might as well leave it. But I'm gonna wind up putting the AEM UEGO wideband over here with the boost gauge. So I have to decide which one I want to put it in, the left or the right. I think I'm just going to put it on the right, the boost. It's actually really nice. It's angled right at you. Like they did a good job like engineering the thing. While it's not as good as the one on the Eclipse, the Autometer one. This is probably the next best thing. Another place I might want to put it is like right here. This would probably be a little better. This would be a good place to put it, but I don't have anything that fits in. Actually, think about it. That actually fits in there pretty good, but it's pointing the wrong way. Unfortunately, but it's called a speaker pod, is what it is. Speaker gauge pod. And why? Well, because it goes over your speakers. So one of the things I'm going to have to do today is take the speaker off of this, so I won't be able to use this Polk audio speaker. And it's shitty anyway, so I can't really hear anything coming out of it. Maybe it's not hooked up, I don't know. But it's got to come out, unfortunately, because I can't get all the wires through that thing. So I'm gonna. Unfortunately, one of the problems with this is I lose one of the speakers. But most of what I hear from when I use the radio is the speakers in the back. So, and I'll probably just put a subwoofer in this thing later anyway. So we'll just have the rear speakers, no problem. In fact, I might as well just take the other one out to lighten the car a little bit. So yeah, so my goal today is to I want to try to move the boost gauge over to here. So that's the plan. That's the introduction for today. And to fasten this down there, I don't really know how this attaches there, honestly. I don't think you use screws because there's no way to really screw it in. So what I'm going to use is hook and loop fasteners. There you go. It's also known as Velcro. That's a brand. So I'm gonna Velcro it on to the pod thingy. Hopefully that works. I'm pretty sure that will. And the nice thing about that is I can take it on and off too pretty easily if I need to do anything back there. But it's pretty much once it's on there, it's just gonna be on there, But later on, we're gonna install the UEGO in there too. So yeah, that's the goal. So where shall we begin?